Ryan Meeks back with Escape to Arizona. Thank you for tuning in. And in today's video, I feel like I need to update everybody. Let them know what's going on here in the market in Phoenix. There's been a lot going on. It's been still crazy. Let me tell you. But anyways, and I want to let you know that I have the links for all the data below. If you guys want to do your own research, I always think that's important rather than just listening to somebody else spew off a bunch of details on their opinion on what the market's going to do. So please feel free to read some of these articles. These people are a lot smarter than me. So we're heading full steam into 2022. I've seen a ton of videos back in 2021 where people are predicting this huge bubble burst, crash, market correction, and it should have happened already with a lot of them from what I remember seeing. Throw some of those on the screen here. I know a lot of buyers that could have purchased back in June or July of 2021. But they're waiting for the market to crash, and I understand. I understand what people are going through, especially with what happened. There's a lot of emotion involved in purchasing a home, purchasing investment properties. But spoiler alert, I don't think the market is going to crash. So in 2021, Phoenix gained a whopping 28%, and the entire country on average increased about 15%. Since March of 2020, nationally, prices have gone up 25%. And I'm talking about housing prices here, not car prices, although I hear those are going up as well. I'm glad I'm not in the market to buy a car. So like I said, emotionally, this feels like the 2005 market. However, that was driven by a huge demand, while this market's driven by a number of things, including undersupply, intense competition,
slow construction,
and rising building and material costs. And we're seeing huge jumps in value. From just last week, the median new family listing price went up to $359,900. This is up 11% from last week's median price at $319,000. And usually you see a jump of some new listings starting in the new year. However, we're not seeing a huge increase in supply right now in January, and it's actually got less and less every year in early January, and it's a good indicator that we're looking at another year of big price gains in home values. We've also seen that about 5.6% of the homes that have been listed as active have actually increased in the past few months. And this means that people either purchased these and flipped them, or they canceled them and they have been relisted at higher asking prices. And this is an indicator of demand and an indication that investors are leaning into this demand. My prediction is in spring, you're going to see some intense bidding wars and some quick sales, which are once again going to drive the prices even higher. Throw the appraisals out the window. In Phoenix, supply remains 72% below normal and demand is still 22% above normal. We're still seeing delays in new construction, along with wait lists at new constructions, which continue into 2022. However, I have noticed that some new build communities do have availability for the purchasing of spec homes. And if you have any interest in doing that, feel free to let me know. I'll send those lists over to you. In 2021, iBuyers had on average a $15,000 profit, and this included selling 1 out of 5 homes to institutional investors, which are huge privately held corporations which will most likely rent them out or hold them and sell them for a profit later on. So this further exasperates the supply of homes for people to purchase as their single-family dwelling. Nationally, and especially in Gilbert and the surrounding areas, you're seeing these mega apartments which are taking shape, and these are being built at the fastest rate across the country since 1980 to deal with the housing supply issue that we have here. And locally, we're expected to build about 22,000 units in 2022, which is the most in the country. Something to keep in mind on the lending side is that rates have moved up about 0.25% in a week, and the increasing rates combined with the increase in home prices could slow demand just a little bit, but we still have an undersupply. In 2021, Arizona was the 3rd in population growth, only behind Florida and Texas. Employment here is forecasted to grow between 3.5% to 5.5%, which could mean about 80,000 new jobs. We've made progress in diversifying our economy, leading the country in both the semiconductor industry and biosciences, and I love biosciences. There are still some factors at play that could impede progress here, however, and even nationally, of course. And that's maybe what you're taking into account when you're looking at purchasing. And that's the impact of COVID-19, shortage of hospital workers, this crazy Omicron variant, which is now hitting the airline industries with cancellations. I know some people that can't even fly to look at homes in other places that are looking to sell here. We have some supply chain log jams, And we have the fact that the participation rate in the labor force hasn't even been back to pre-pandemic levels. And of course, you have inflation. Despite these headwinds facing the country, I really feel Phoenix is going to weather the storm better than any other state in the nation. So get here sooner than later.